again, for PRX, I feel
Okay,
like
hopefully all this sounds good.
Which is crazy, right?
Okay, PRX on defense. We've got Wolves on attack. And like I said, Wolves, in my opinion, force sites a bit too much instead of map default.
Against probably the biggest Cinderella story run we've had in a long time.
I mean, poetic, like almost matching EG's
PRX want to shut down over towards A. We can have a TP that goes spawn. It's slow and methodical. No one shot the actual fade eye, so pressure over towards C, but they didn't actually push through. Device still has a flash as well. At one point, they're going to flash clear this question mark. Okay, flash clear the question mark. And this is a call from Wolves. This is something that PRX have been doing all the time. When that flash goes in, they called their teammates over. And now they're going to hit a site which in theory is weaker because they just cleared the question mark here. So this right here, this round is very cool from Wolves. They definitely have looked into how PRX play this map and they're trying to exploit it early on with the pistol.
Off the table here.
So we have 5v5 retake, keep an eye on the luck.
Must have known that they found a point of weakness here, but why you tucked into a lurk? Does he get dug out? Forsaken, lazy clearance on the first hit. Jing, next one up.
Yeah, look.
Oh, how's he got a double? How's he got a double there?
And now they've got a comfortable post plant. Remember all that utility that PRX put to clear out towards rubble. Now, not going to have it. Going to have to go back in, guns in hand. Nice from something, needs some more. A lot of bodies to clear just on the site.
It's such a good luck on this one.
See if that baby has got to.
Great luck on this one. Lovely pistol from Wolves. Lovely pistol. See, this right here, this is where I'd be muting TMV. I would give him 2 seconds of singing, that's muting. that would be me and him go streaming together.
When PRX try and find the timing, it's a massive investment. It looks a little clunky, sure, because they don't find anything, but has to dig out players like Spring, potentially Lysor, somebody trying to backfill that space. Actually, even this scenario, why you? Yes. They did try and dig him out, but instead a lazy clearance from Forsaken, and Jing just couldn't stand up to the task.
And I do want to kind of highlight
lazy clearance, yeah. It was. Again, PRX needs to be careful of this. If they already kind of sussed out they are getting info over towards C and using it against them. Devi has a Sheriff, and Wolves are allowed one death.
And a very light reinvestment here from PRX, so just that Sheriff for Devi. Otherwise, all classics. And so far, you're going to be looking at Wolves going through the protocol list. Mike Wright, try and keep this clean.
The timing on this one.
Spring, but they probably wouldn't want to.
Sure. I mean, the
contact into swing.
Contact
into swing.
Spring.
Okay, but again, it's still nice from Wolves, right? The person who's getting info is the Sheriff. They don't get any kind of upgrade really. It's just a pistol upgrade, and then they walk over towards C site. Don't mind at all how Wolves are playing. I think they're playing very smart.
Pretty much the green light and a very aggressive post-plant hold. They want to stake their claim in some area of this. Make it harder work for PRX. Make them invest a little bit more. I don't mind that at all as long as they play together. It can get risky. Oh, you got to lock in on that one. Easy now.
It's a little.
This is the danger.
It's a little close. No matter what, 2 guns down. Juicy super low HP.
Nice little upgrade here too. Juicy's done really well to fight Jing, but Forsaken needs 4 to do this against me.
Oh my goodness.
Unreal.
Okay, no matter what, very good eco from PRX. They did so much here.
Like I said, there's always a threat in these anti-ecos for PRX. We play up against some smiles on the stage. A sigh of relief. Let's see if that BB, ever the hero so far in Toronto, able to bail him out versus Forsaken.
Ooh, big crouch.
You're lucky boy there.
The big crouch.
Come back into this now with a broken purchase.
Okay, interesting. They get that, and they get the outlaw out. Only one person they can hit, and that's because they did a little bit of damage. I like this from PRX. Right, when normally if we just use the Heretics game, as soon as you hold one here, Wolves had or were in that game just forcing sites instead of re-clearing here. So this is good from PRX and this is good from Wolves. So we might actually see a re-clear over towards A, and they have to kind of be successful with this, in my opinion, to feel confident.
Reclear comes in.
It's a nice dodge of the Prowler.
Towards middle, and Patman wants that information.
Alarm bot, though, from YU.
One person fake of a reclear.
They got the back of dealing with that. They're reading PaperX.
Still though, worked out alright. But it still was kind of what I'm saying, right? They'd still force over towards Saints.
Here, so Patman will be called upon. Forced away by the utility. Actually, usually up close and personal.
Whoa, it did good damage.
All before Forsaken gets involved. Nice damage on the first, but a quick trade.
Dude, if he gets a kill, I was gonna say, if he gets a kill, he gets his ult. That would have been nuts.
PaperX clearing out the B side.
Okay, very similar from what we saw against Heretics. They don't actually re-clear A. They pressured it, but they didn't actually like create any full pressure here.
And there it is, comfortable in the air.
Very nice. To be honest though, Wolves should be kind of happy with this. 2 guns, 1 armor. Out of them.
Positioned as the late round piece here. Was played out of this because I'm sure it was Juicy. It was caught on the reload here. Really rough timing for him. Yeah, I mean it's just nobody just.
Juicy bought, yeah, but he can ult here, so he can have a West gun.
Bail him out. Even there, I mean, CFAT BB another consolation potentially to find. But just didn't find it. Juicy already on the showstopper here, so going to see him ride a stinger into round 4.
Okay, big round. PaperX, aggro over towards A. And again, let's see. Do Wolves force into a site? I tell you what, when you got this ult, I don't mind people forcing. God, nice shots though. Yeah, it's really nice from PaperX here. Aggro A again, set the 1 up, ready for some kind of trap play over towards C. Get the ult out of them.
Now getting to watch, right? It's not just that mechanical talent, that aggression. They have these little set pieces they like to run every now and then, and it wasn't overly complex.
Ooh,
And that was
hold up.
What's that?
Yeah, trying to hold on to the space because they got the spike.
At the wheel there, Mike. That's
Oh, hold up.
And an overstep, unnecessary. This feels like a fumble, Mike. Now it looks like Patman might be the same.
Gun out, mate. Gun out. Oh, you're scary. Holy, how have they won this one?
This is a fumble from PaperX.
This is a fumble from PaperX. Not wrong.
2 players caught sleeping, and the spike is there as well. All they need is to do
very early from Divine to get over here. Oh, he goes back.
Set up just outside C.
30 seconds left.
Actually find themselves a plant here. Why you?
Yeah, Killjoy ult as well. It's a good time for us to start highlighting money as well because these 2 would have to eco. And honestly, Patman kind of also. So Killjoy into this one is not the worst.
Wading back through towards the site. Problem is there's utility in the way.
Lysol's got a great pause.
To find it tricky. Position now given away, and you can see Lysol should be the checkmate. There's that layer of util from YU. Isolated!
Damn, dude. 3v5. Big mistake from PaperX.
Wolves for re-engaging, but they cannot be dropping the ball like that.
Was it the timing on the smoke? I mean,
nah, it was one holding and not the other holding, and then late swing.
Picking apart this slow default.
Oh, and yeah, and he had smoke out, and the other guy didn't cover him. Oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, that's just.
Yeah, dude, if you literally just keep your gun out there, you're fine.
That is outrageous to see somebody caught off guard like that. On top of the box.
Dude, and the other 2 both hidden. Here and here, early info.
But back in, PaperX have a very strong mental.
Okay, something gets the Outlaw into this one, and there is a couple of light armors, so maybe.
So PaperX needs to kind
of it's the aggro A that we've been speaking about.
You can't get lazy in this. You've got to stay lethal. Something. Nice to do a little bit of early work.
Chief Twitch, thank you so much, dude. Appreciate the 40 months. Thank you, thank you.
Defaults coming out from Wolves, doing the diligent work, right? They've been doing what is necessary.
I mean, even here, damage trade-off have come out on top. Weaken something. See, the purchase not there for PaperX.
Yeah, and they got wall though.
Even deeper here.
They got wall and they have a fast rotate. 2 go through. They could fast flood if they want to. That's a great ult. Yeah, and they might be able to get a plant from Mounter.
Once again, they're aware of the threat of that previous round. Yeah,
and they are.
PaperX, you said it right. Those are the sort of rounds.
Especially against the Visor, kind of gives you a little bit of freedom. People can play on the site, tank it, and the others can just play far back here. Actual play the spike.
in mind that there is danger. Plenty through Waterfall. 4-1 split on the retake now. Juicy turns attention. Smokes great from them. Laban on the spray.
Whoa.
He's got 2.
How did he get another there?
Maybe a chance. It feels like it's dwindling. These opportunities passing
Cronus Car,
by
thank you so
for
much for the
them.
prime, dude. Appreciate the 3 months.
4-1 will be on the board. Not wait and see a timeout soon enough here, as something's on 1. Gotta get locked in.
Yeah, do a little bit of damage, or are we just saving?
Has passed them by here. Silver lining, the best they can hope for as Wolves.
Yeah, dude, it's nice for Wolves, especially if you don't have to rebuy armor.
Look, I know all of us have been enjoying this Wolves run. I think most of us thought this is where it probably ends. But you could argue someone said that about Gen G too. But
Yeah.
at 4-1, I'm paying attention.
I mean, I remember coming into that Gen G series thinking, if they could pull this off,
that's the one.
because they still effectively had a lifeline in terms
There's a lot of missed shots at the moment from a lot of
no
people.
elimination on the line.
You can tell the nerves are kind of
And
high.
even here now, it would be such a big sigh of relief to escape that once more.
Now use them.
4-1 to kick off Lotus here.
The Odin goes out, and that is the counter of
Ever
this.
really humble PRX. They will
The
continue
Odin over towards A.
pressuring
You
like
set the
this.
Odin up here. It's very hard for this
Investment here
comp to
from
get out.
Forsaken, though, may lead you to believe it's a slower round. TP's actually stuck it like
Damn,
it.
dude, he stuck the
Bold in
TP.
approach.
And that was
Yeah, I wonder if Forsaken had a read here.
Like, so aware of this, and
Yeah,
whatever
he
the
pretty
set
much
plan
straight away
was,
ran
it
over
feels like
towards her.
PRX read that
Well, I think it's on the
perfectly.
back of seeing 2 or 3 bodies swing out from B there that
Yeah.
maybe they feel like the extremity is going to be the weaker side of the hold, but Forsaken shuts that down.
Certainly not, but a 3v5, I want to see discipline from PRX here. I don't want to see fumbles. I don't want to see mistakes.
Great isolation.
Okay, but
Certainly
the
was.
Prowler
Now, Forsaken
didn't check
is
over
going to
towards
do
site, but
chip
as we can
damage
see,
as
the
well.
B
Let's see if that
split's not too
baby
bad
down
at all.
on Only 26. Spring's position given away. Look where the spot.
Damn, Spring.
What is that?
He did good,
Ridiculous.
though.
And a 2v3 's
It's
not
winnable.
impossible. So they are just
Pivot over towards
gunning
C,
it,
tap
right?
of the
They are
spike.
running their little legs
We
off
got
straight
the,
towards C. They're going to leave one
whoa.
behind. YU.
Whoa.
Actually, the tap
Before the
spikes
plant.
drawn out the ultimate from Divide.
I mean,
Nightfall here from the plant as well.
oh, the pathing. This is now getting really dangerous, but YU.
Damn, Divide was really on that. I liked it. 2 make a lot of sound, 1 just waits for the reaction.
They pulled it together there. You're starting to see a
Again,
little bit of
Batman can get the
synergy
defuse as well to
shining.
make sure that they have all.
Composure as well.
Guy worried me a little bit with the
Don't
Bisol.
overinvest in this early round aggression. Able to peel away really quickly, and credit to Forsaken. I think potentially something up towards Evan. There was a couple of
Casual,
people
thank you
charging
so
out,
much
he
for the
said
9 months, bro.
instantly pinged.
Please don't,
Can't really
Casual.
fault
Thank you,
the
though.
approach here, but bold to stick a TP into the back lines.
And it got close, but I like seeing those fundamentals come together for PRX though, right? Doubling up, even in that chaos of potential plant on towards that B side. No, they pop the ult, they still stay very close. And credit to Divide. I know it's only 1 kill, but him catching YU basically keeps them safe. Otherwise, it's this kill right here from Divide. I find that to be the most imperative of them all. Very heads up work. Maybe feeling they would try to have left a player behind, inserted a player. Still not fussed though, apparently. Still chilling.
They're funny. Okay, they're going to go into the Odin. How good is Forsaken's lineups of the spam? Okay, Boombot and the Fade Eye. Reveal that no one's got past this point. They get the Odin set up here, and then it's just a straight up spam. As soon as this wall goes up, as soon as you hear Prowlers. Oh, it just missed. Oh, okay, hit the Fawns.
Activity once more as well, and active clearance out past Mount.
Remember, this is the Fade. Oh god. Damn, bro, that's nice. That's an incredible. It's an incredible trade from them. Nade pushes them away. You got Teva that got 2 of them low. This is a big duel. Oh my god, he nearly transferred it.
This man hits those shots. Mechanically sharp as ever. He's trying to read what they wanted. Similar scenes to before though. CFAT BB and YU.
Azu, thank you so much. He said they all stood up. Okay.
Okay.
I was going to say, does something overstep? Man, this is nice from Wolves.
I mean, they're playing such high
He saw him.
risk,
Play
Mike.
together.
It scares the life
Play
out of me
together.
sometimes. 20 seconds
Okay.
and a 1v2
I'm
Divide
flashing to swing.
Forsaken.
can also flash this to get the info, but he's kind of holding it here.
Where are we off to now? 14 seconds.
This is nice from Wolves in the
So
2v3 though. Trigger the wall, wait for the reaction.
10 seconds left.
I take a timing.
They're both here. Surely not. Yeah, he's got to go for it. No
Okay,
chance.
very nice from PRX on this one. Still, again, I like the idea from Wolves in the 2v3. It was a good idea.
Look for that composure again, building up a little bit of a cushion in terms of the finances. That's where you look towards some of these more sloppy kills towards the end of the round.
Yeah, he didn't commit hard enough.
30 seconds
Finding
left.
2 here to open.
One
Beautiful
enemy
little trap piece outside B.
Nade was off. I mean, yeah, the nade goes a little bit too deep on that, but at the same time, they don't get that trade if I think it was Jing kind of commits a little bit heavier.
Decent sample size, I guess.
Hazard, thank you so much for the 7 months, dude. Appreciate the tier
A
1.
little bit of an adjustment
I think
towards the latter
Fnatic
rounds.
have a good chance
Obviously, no
because
purchase
G2
gonna be
banned
available
Sunset.
here.
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
ideally
It should be a really close
towards
game.
round 9 here in terms of any game plan adjustment.
We're pretty blessed if this
Well,
goes
yes,
third
actually,
map and we
that
get
first time
split,
PRX have really
and then
been
for
able to
Fnatic
catch their
G2
breath.
we get Icebox
It
third
has
map.
been kind of in
That
their
would be
face.
like
Credit to PRX
that would
to
be
able
like
to
the
learn
best
on the fly.
possible
Again,
way
this
that
kind of like
both of these
6th
could
and
end.
7th round obviously have been the ones to give them the stability here, but I do want to see what the reaction is from Wolves. Again, it does feel like that almost
That's
no
what I
go
mean,
zone once
Flo.
you've got that Odin
Imagine
spam
that over
coming
here.
down. It's not as lethal as it could be. I mean, if you throw in a Viper with it, right? We've seen what that can do, but still, as it stands, it's kind of cut off those options towards A, it feels like, kind of pressuring back towards B, those C hits. But it's the re-aggressives.
Is G2
from
picking
PRX. Very
Lotus
little
again?
fear,
No.
even in those
G2
high-risk
is not picking
scenarios.
Lotus against
We're a bit more
Fnatic.
used to it, I guess, at this
Honestly,
point, and
you might
so
see
will they be
Fnatic pick
now.
that.
A 3-4,
G2 will
just Sheriffs.
probably, in my books, pick Haven.
And a
But we'll
couple of
see. I don't know how
classics.
confident they feel in their Haven.
Bigger picture-wise, both of these teams have so many
Dude,
reps
I think
this
Fnatic
year
might
on
pick
Lotus. I
the
think it's
Lotus.
14
G2's
for
Lotus.
PRX and 11 or
Sunset,
12
they're gonna
for
ban Sunset.
Wolves.
Yeah.
So even here in the attacking half,
Okay,
yeah, I mean,
big
come out with a lead,
chance
no matter what it
to
is.
get their money good. And they already got a lot of
really
ults
good
here,
about
so maybe
yourself.
try and get Jing's ult online as well.
So we'll have to ride this out on a handful of sheriffs. Something going to tuck himself in between
G2
these
pick
smokes.
split, and G2 are
Oh,
all
it's
for split. They
nasty.
won't pick split.
And Divide, drawing all eyes
Awful's a
on
strong word.
him. It is
G2 are
only
ungood at split.
pistols, but it's Divide's like, no, sorry, something. You don't even get to play. Easily
Jesus, well,
done.
that's the eco.
Happy
That is
with
the
that.
eco.
Confidence builders there.
A little bit of a reset here in between ahead of
It
this.
went
fire
okay,
round,
yeah, it went
actually.
pretty good. It went pretty
Well,
good in the end.
See, Fat BB
Definitely
has his
clean, money's
ultimate.
great for PRX now.
Juicy, just one away as well. Didn't even need the second
No.
piece of this setup.
One enemy remaining.
Building some confidence here. Bit of a Cobra round 4
Okay,
divide.
definitely
Actually
a
leading
lot of focus
Yeah.
on
Well,
Razors at the moment. You can see PRX being like, I don't want them to get this all, we're going to fight 3-person here. We might even have the
They're in
Omen
the right
flash.
place here.
If
Mike,
Omen
how
tunnel
far
vision's too much over towards it,
Deep flash
big
and
Jewel. Oh my god,
look at
Forsaken, you're
this
crazy.
outrageous approach.
Damn, this is crazy as well.
Right.
Double
Absolutely
satchel
red.
with the far deep
Jinx
fade
gets
eye, and then you had the
back-handed
Omen
there,
flash as well,
and
so
they
hopefully
couldn't
they
close
don't
down
shoot the
any
fade eye.
I mean,
35
two things
HP.
revealed.
Dude, how did he
How
not get a
much that
kill?
box just sponged, but no damage
Face your fear.
coming through. It's only
Well,
really
that's...
Fat BB.
I mean, they get the
He's taking
information
a hit
for
here
it,
down to
but if you're
35
PRX, you're probably taking that.
Nightfall
And
might
that does also
actually
mean
be
that
a
they
bit
can
of a
now
red
get the
herring.
orb on the
How
Raze,
much
so you're going to see Raze
can
ult
Omen be
here.
expected to do here? That's
Damn.
a huge
Double
ult as well,
info
right?
fade ult.
Basically,
I haven't
yeah,
seen
that's
them
like
for a long time.
Forsaken.
He tried to make a
It's
play.
So smart. As soon as that Nightfall
Tried to make a play because they wouldn't hear it. They were on top of it.
Instantly went for it. Now, not to be.
Okay, well, they got a
Wolves,
lot of
2
info,
heads up
those
for
numbers
that.
here. I think
And
it
the
didn't
dust
hit
hasn't
1,
even
right?
settled, really.
Maybe
But the
even 2.
rotations are here. Device back
They now
over.
go for the higher, lower.
Solid
It's nice from
nice
PRX. Take the
high-low
space back, go
setup.
to the higher, lower.
Very difficult to break.
Prowler's going to swing out here.
Or not there.
Ooh, Omen
Paranoia
flash on top of it. Oh,
ready.
they're pretty
There
ready
it
for
is.
this.
Forces them off.
Yeah, this is
Spring,
nice.
they
Device just
seem
left
so
there.
prepared for these holds. They've seen Batman as well. Position
30
now given,
seconds
and
left.
look at
Well, he's
YU.
got so much space to play
God,
into.
his lurk is so nasty. And at this point, they want to pivot. They want to go back towards B. It does put in towards something's hand. Spring.
No way. Took the timing of the reload.
Gorgeous from Spring. Lurks on lurks, but something still stands. Caught in between a rock and a hard place. Where do they go? Back towards C. Safety on that
10
C
seconds
site. You don't fancy walking into something
Yeah,
like this.
just try and do a
So
little bit of
the plant's
damage.
in, and
Wolves'
he's
money's
left
low.
in a 1v4.
Make an honest go of this here. You can see on the X-ray YU already racking
Yeah,
up.
I think PRX have...
Got a turret here to play contact off as well.
I
Might
think they're
even
doing.
just
I think they're doing half of it
something
right.
in the back of
I
the
think
head
they're
now.
doing like pre-barrier stuff right.
at
But
the
as soon as they
sound
set
here,
one up towards
regardless.
here, I don't know.
I think now relaying
We
that
can,
information.
Could be fighting.
His positioning.
Could be just holding the sights a lot stronger and just waiting for them.
Back and watching this, Alex not going to be happy about this spray into the smoke with the odd. It's
still nice from Wolves. The fact that they were ready for this double setup is pretty impressive.
Spring just comes alive.
And it feels like this was a whole book.
Yeah, it's just the
right?
boxes at the back.
This beginning, the box apparently being on Wolves' side, and then you had the TP coming in, you had the
that's nice movement from him.
This all happened. All of this was in the same round. And again, that paranoid being just tilted up, it felt like they were so aware. There's the walk on the
Patman's on a reload. So Forsaken fully committed towards that. They're both spamming.
Every time he just gives them fun. Dude, the anti. Oh, it's nice, bro. They knew he was going to buy the op. They knew he was going to push. Dude, Wolves have come in really prepped.
Timeout seeming to work well, at least for these early couple of exchanges, right? Something's want of space, him wanting to play towards bound is fine, but you've started to see how Wolves are approaching this.
You never see PRX really relent in that regard.
No.
It will continue, and that's where they catch teams off guard, where it's like, yeah, your aggression hasn't worked 4 rounds in a row. No, we're coming again, don't worry.
That 5th time, it'll work.
And they're waiting for them to go
and
aggro.
A bit of a tempo switch up from Wolves too, very, very slow. Holding here, waiting for that re-aggress, which is coming. And again, they're so prepared, Mike.
No, they are so ready for everything.
And they understand it well. Still got to handle the players on the other side.
That's a great shot.
Great shot from Batman, but it's traded. And the numbers simply so advantageous. A quick rotate.
Yeah, and Yuko's been doing really good at taking timings and keeping the pressure up over towards B as well.
Ooh, tricky. Still not easy on this though, is it? It's
Oh my god, oh my god.
How is that fair?
Keep an eye on the Killjoy going
Once
fast
again,
behind
if you
though.
don't see him on the site,
Does
you
Divide
know where to
consider
be
it?
looking.
Wow, they took the space.
Slow and steady,
They
he
might
hurts them
only
closer.
lose
They
one
need
when
a
potentially
plant,
this was
though.
going to kill
17
2.
seconds, and why you on his
I HP though.
Divide dead. And now the plant on the
Keep an eye on the time on this,
though.
though.
Up here. Punish the plant, but no, can't quite catch him. Spring again.
Wolves are doing good. They're doing really good on this. They're just ready for everything.
Blow for blow, this
Yeah, he had that
beautiful
anti-pulse
to
for the
just
push
watch
over
from the
towards
minimap.
C with the op as well.
Threading the needle
Twitchy,
once
thanks so
more.
much for the tier 1, dude. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate the 6 months.
That's how he gets found. But again, it's a similar thing. PRX, they lose one, they stack up 3 to actively re-clear that space. And ultimately, again, it feels like it's their demise in this round because of YU. Now sitting at 11 and 5, leading the board for Wolves. Almost the executioner getting plenty of shots at the back of the head.
It's a good time for a timeout for sure.
And it was impressive again. This
Again,
kinda, it feels like it came
they're
out
doing
of
half
that
of it.
timeout as well.
They're doing half of it, but
They've
every time there's
clearly
just like a
got the
kill
game
done.
plan in mind of how
No
they
joke,
wanna
if they set
approach
one
this.
up towards A and they just go 2-2 on the sides,
Again,
it should be so fine.
First blood comes through, they know PRX are going to re-clear. So there's going to be 1, potentially 2 other lanes on the map that are totally open.
Sometimes they find the wall and they don't trigger it, and then they just use it as a timing for lurking. Interesting, like he late commits with it, or they wait for the Vice to potentially overstep.
It makes perfect sense. Liquid, Send, G2, I mean, they're a dangerous team.
Wolves are, they're super prepped, dude. It's really nice to see. They've done good work. As soon as I saw that pistol though, I was like, okay, they kind of know what's going down.
Maybe just, very, very ready for what PRX like, understand their tendencies.
Prepared, yes, but
okay, PRX go for the Vice far back. Dude, this will suit Wolves pretty well though. I do think it's fine though. PRX has got to try to change something up.
Run like this, an underdog dark horse, but actually improving game by game. Upsets along the way, sure, but actually showing they've got their head screwed on.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Now for PRX, so once again you kind of go into the archives, right? As much as everyone likes to look at these guys as underdogs, they've had to rebuild. That is true. Bringing in Patman was fantastic.
Yeah, this is good from Wolves as well. What I call the Fnatic, just hold a default 15 seconds, 20 seconds, wait for some kind of aggro.
These guys have sat
Especially
in
if you're
finals.
trying to look for
These
some
guys
kind
have
of
been in
change-up.
Champions finals. They know what this sort of pressure's like. They are never going to be the underdogs in my mind. They're too talented for it. So as it stands, they need to adapt here.
Just look what's happened here.
Yeah, and still from Wolves as well. It's not like they haven't taken any space. They realize they're not going aggro A by keeping one close. Spring's taken a lot of space.
Looking to pressure.
This is what I've been talking about. I think Spring on attack is like one of the better Vipers for... He takes risks when he needs to, And he's very good at just creating a lot of pressure. Yeah, but they also clear over towards here, so speed up over towards A. They got wall and flash, but no one to capitalize off of it.
Actually, I really do. But the problem is the stall out's fantastic from PRX. Denying that space being taken freely.
Oh my god, if he committed there, they would have killed the Yoran.
Galore in 25 seconds. We are now at pressure stations. Forsaken down on 30. Has to respect the paint shell. A spray through the smoke here doesn't land, but something
No way. He did so much damage here.
BB and Spring, the last two standing.
Something's doing really good on low HP.
This adjustment from PRX.
He did really good on the low HP. Didn't commit, just knew that the pressure was enough so they could tap the spike. That was good. It's a great retake. Zach, thank you so much in the YouTube chat, man. Thank you, thank you.
Much thrown towards YU.
Zach, I appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much, bro.
Wolves just kind of need to go, 1 for 2 in terms of approaching A site. They do that. PRX still come back.
Something? Yeah, he did great here.
Nice
He did really good here.
Again, even seeing that discipline start to an extent, right? That dose of discipline at the beginning. The second contact's made.
A sprinkle.
Okay, good amount of ult still.
That's as much as we're going to get. But honestly, I like that though. And again, those quick rotations, starting to read what Wolves are doing, identifying YU where he was. And yeah, the trap was there, but even those rotations coming in so quick. Back into the mix of things.
And I like this from PRX. They make it look like they're going aggro over towards A, but actually this time they just got device here. But again, I feel like Spring is going to work this out pretty fast, and he's just going to be able to take a lot of space again.
And a wanted punish. You can see they're starting to read this, maybe mound pressure.
Dude, how is Forsaken still alive?
Expectations off of that fade utility.
They kind of know Forsaken's the key stakeholder in terms of those set pieces.
Look at Spring again, he can just call them back.
Trying to shut him down here. Again, beautiful read or assessment, I guess, of the previous situation.
And some people may look at these two teams and see them as just those mechanical monsters, but this is a really cerebral game so far.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
You called Divide over? So ult to retake fast? What'd you do? Oh no, they can't fast flood.
That could slow things down.
Yeah, no, I think that might have stopped their original plan. Big Jewel over towards A.
The plant's going to come in. Now this should encourage movement here. Just going to kind of eat the Prowler. Still close range. Still able to use the shorty just fine.
To get the knife out. Something on his Jewel over towards A. We definitely got to keep an eye on this. This is a big play from the Fade. I'm not sure he's going to have time for it. Let's see. Everyone over towards B main needs to stay alive. Oh boy, rough.
The position becomes questioned. They don't know where he is, but they're going to hazard a
lining up, kind of.
BB does well on one. Draws to fire off the defuse. Just needs to keep his cool here. Bring them down. This would be everything for him, trying to play to the time, play to the tempo, play to the clock.
Wow, he's good at these. Damn, he's good at these. Damn, he's really good at clutch rounds.
This guy, time and time again, looks so
He's really good at that. That was a great half from Wolves, man. Fair play.
Fantastic stuff from Wolves.
This has been an exceptional game so far. Just brilliant from both sides. And again, on surface, you may have thought, it's not going to be this, really cerebral matchup. This has been a wondrous
that
really has. That's
the 3v5 at 1-2. That was the costly round for PRX.
Yeah, we will, because we do have a bit of a treat as well coming up. We do have the one and only Mixwell standing by for us. So that's where we're going to in just a second. So I can't wait to hear from him. He's been in these scenarios. Let's see how that feels from the other side.
Well, one of the perks of being here live during finals weekend is being able to run into legends such as Mixwell, who's co-streaming here from the venue now. Welcome back to Canada. You've been here before. What do you think about the crowd so far?
I think the crowd is one of the loudest I've ever seen, to be honest. I travel to a lot of tournaments in VCT, so they are doing a great job.
Yeah, it's very exciting to be among them now. You have a little bet when it comes to Wolves. Can you explain it to everybody what happens if Wolves win this event?
I wasn't familiar with their game. At the start of the tournament, I said that if Wolves wins the event, I'm gonna go bold. So now I'm afraid I need PRX to win today, please.
Toronto, what are the chances do you think of him going bold? Come on, are Wolves going to win this event?
Fork, thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate the 3 months.
It's not looking good for you, Mixwell. It's not looking good. Now, some of the players on stage, we've really seen their personality. Sufat, BB, Forsaken, they're on their feet. They're hyping up the crowd. As a former player who also enjoys that atmosphere, how important is it to have that hype man on your team?
I think it's really important, especially when they are down. Some games, Wolves were down and Sufat brought Juicy back, for example. And I think it's crucial. I think that you have to play with the crowd, you have to enjoy the moment, you have to be in the moment. And Wolves, especially, they are enjoying it a lot. And a lot of people want to cheer for them as well because of that energy. And now I like them. Even though I might go bold, I like them.
All right, we shall see. I hope you do go bold at the end of this event. Thank you very much, Mixwell, for joining me. And let's see if PRX can maybe save him in the second half.
They got to win a pistol.
The one thing
Dude,
I
this one's crazy, man.
agree with is
Look at
this
this drawing.
crowd has been amazing. For both teams
Oddly,
as
thank
well.
you so much for the prime. Appreciate the 5 months. Thank you, thank you.
Back something we were talking about in the cast the other day. We do see the econ report here from Coinbase. Again, very evenly contested first half here. Why are you the ones to really pull ahead here for Wolves, but also Devi on the other side of things?
Yep.
But just to come back to that same point, again, the resilience. Juicy the other day, an absolute stinker of a first half.
Yeah, really
But
struggled.
again, the vibes never changed on stage. You could see maybe hints of frustration coming through, but that's where players like Sufat, BB really pay dividends in terms of a team's mental.
I mean, we talk about the sixth man, right? Being that crowd behind you to get you back going.
You almost need a conductor
All right.
actually from the stage to be able to actually channel that back into getting a team back online, and Wolves certainly have tapped into that here in Toronto.
All right, PRX now on
1-0.
the attack, 5-7.
Flash above the... Wait, this was cool.
Headliner. A
Flash
big
above
player in
the
big
smoke,
games too.
and it goes above
Don't
this, so it
forget
flashes
what this
people
man
here.
can do.
Wait, that was
3
sick.
pivotal
Sick round
kills.
from
And
Devi.
a stark
That's nice, though.
reminder
They
who
smoke so
PRX
deep,
can
the flash
be.
goes above and goes
Redictate the
above.
pace now. You can't sit back in the
Double
default.
above.
We'll bring the fight to you. Now, why you in spring? Well, just why you.
Yeah, I think he might have had that one as well, to be honest.
An ace needed.
Okay, that's a
Jing
convincing
shut down
pistol.
any
1-1.
hope of recovery. Kicking off the second half with a flawless round victory.
And you're right, I think what you said.
Dude, look at the confidence he gets from his flash as well.
Controlling that tempo.
That's all he needed. It didn't even really flash him that much, to be honest. It maybe got him like the first shot, and the rest is just pure confidence and aim. It's a great ult to get early. It's a really good ult on this. Right, you got loads of positions where you can use this one.
To kind of stabilize a little bit in the second half and really get to grips with what their opponent's going to try
Wolves
and
on this.
achieve here.
This is definitely something that teams can know when they play against
no
Wolves.
secrets
Wolves gamble
away
on every
from
eco.
PRX.
And honestly, I'm going to flame a little bit here, and I think it's because the Chinese region maybe play anti-ecos pretty rough, right, where they essentially just force over towards sites, so maybe this works a good amount for them.
Yep.
Whereas like most, I mean, to be honest, PRX kind of forced this, so it's not like the best example, but like most teams will kind of bend the feelers out, have the human drones.
Looks like, yeah, his third 3K or something.
One
on
off
the map
now.
so far.
That's brilliant. Massive
Said
defense
wow and
inside,
rude,
that could be
dude.
lovely for them to have
EDG are
back
one of the
pocket,
worst
something that
teams
will
I've
have
seen
still
against
Coming to your
ecos,
first buy round, to
and
have that ultimate
that's like
available.
one of the best Chinese teams.
Wow,
Guys,
a response found.
easy, Tiger. We shouldn't get more dangerous
Oh,
than this.
nice timing the double swing.
Stop it. Stop it. Jing and Forsaken, keep this in
Whoa,
control.
whoa,
Stop it.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
What's going on?
Whoa!
Forsaken left in a 1v2. Come on, Forsaken, surely you keep this safe. Backpedaling away, trying to play the time now. This should never have been this close. See that being forced to move. But that got way closer.
Oh my god!
Come down to a Red
Well,
Bull clutch here.
I mean, that
Just
was not. I
one
gotta see a
rifle
replay. How's he killing 3 of a
retained.
classic here?
Now you're almost relying on Devi's ult to be
Yeah,
the,
I mean, they lost 2 guns.
the turning
It's
point here.
no matter what, it's an
So
insane
PRX
round for
are able
Wolves.
to get the purchase together.
Okay, so it's normal,
Judge,
and then
but
it goes to a 2v5.
I saw finding so much value here.
Jesus.
Jing.
God.
Oh god.
Okay.
Blood pressure check required.
That was so much stress. Okay, but at the same time, are they buy? They NA buy? Okay, big round chat, big round. Do I like the NA buy? Not really. Do I like it a bit more when you got a Vice ult? For sure. They Vice ult and they TP to try capitalize at the right time when the gun's getting changed. I think this is good.
Entry found.
They gotta
There's a
fast flood this,
155 in the post.
right? Dude, everyone going from heaven and here. This is not a good retake from Wolves.
It looks like something wants to try and hold this
Guys, you
back.
gotta
They're
create
really trying
pressure
to rule
elsewhere.
on the site. They're not sitting deep at all here. Something wants to draw blood. PRX still standing by.
Oh, it's a great satchel, though.
And now there's an opportunity. PRX, though, banking on Jin.
He can't do
And
this.
You know he'll give you a couple here.
It's a criminal retake.
From him. Now down in the 1v2. Incredibly difficult for CFAT BB again.
But it's a criminal retake. Okay, really nice from PRX. They've been leaning into this a little bit, right? Judge over towards Jing. This was good from them. Force by, one's a Judge. They get Vice, all TP towards the site. Good timing on it. Get the Judge set up over towards B. It's an absolute classic.
This Judge up close and personal.
You can't play they can't play the retake like this, Wolves.
Good progress towards the showstopper as well. Potentially, what should.
So when you're retaking over towards B, this is the most important bit, okay? And this is the second most important bit. They didn't do it either. You will always lose if you do this, in my opinion. Or at least like 80-20, something like that, percentage-wise. Like you're meant to lose 4 out of 5 times if you do this.
Oh,
Jesus, what a shot that is.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a gun down. Instant speed up over towards C. Got alarm bot, got Molly down.
The game should be given away to an extent. Obviously now.
Who picks up the gun?
Noted by YU. Trying to buy time, but
It's
hard to hold this back, right? It's a flood of players. Full kit.
Nobody was watching, don't worry. We didn't see it.
Yeah,
we didn't see it.
All good, all good. PRX though got to steady the ship here. Can still get a little bit scary.
If Patman gets a kill, he gets his ult. And honestly, I'm not saying he's going to use it in this round, but if it gets close, it might be something.
I mean, he's got 4 sheriffs basically to
yeah, they got great stall on this.
Here and try and make this rifle work. Found the first. Patman's fallen.
Divine now.
Uh-oh.
Gonna have to do work here. See if BB does well. Divine.
Okay, it was eco, but he absolutely saved them. God, the impact he's having on attack is absolutely unbelievable.
Blink and you miss it.
Yeah, wins him a pistol, wins him this. 3v5.
Probably ever seen.
Look at this.
That's one of the fastest.
They needed this. It was all going wrong.
Dude, Phantom.
That is just
magic.
Beautiful to watch back.
Man, Alex is really going through it, man. He's really going through it. The 6th round from
They're
Dubai.
getting close on these rounds, getting a little bit scary. But the scoreline looking good for PRX.
And the good news is as well for them is that they keep the fade ult.
They have to stop the rock
Fade ult, raise ult. Oh, dude. Wolves are in trouble here.
This could be the round to find that
Damn.
response.
Look at PRX. Raise ult, fade ult. They get C control and they don't insta-pop ults and send it. Who is this team?
All about side C. There's a bit of a gap here with Forsaken, the solo anchor towards A. Obviously,
Flash close right to clear this Prowler to see if they're dodging it. Could have found the timing still, so they still got to worry about it, but it's still nice.
player actually to come across fairly quickly, but
this is interesting because in theory, their comp shouldn't be that good at retaking this, but obviously we can see Wolves are just letting them take it. Dude, I think you might just hit sight as that hits. One goes in, 2 over towards B. You could definitely hit A.
Okay, counter on counter. They can't hear a thing here.
There's a lot going on at the moment. Fade ult hits so many over towards A.
The paranoia burnt early. And Lysol's
going to do a lot. Stick sight on his own.
You're going to hear the ults coming out to secure the plant, but Lysol still does the damage. Can't do the dance though with Forsaken. And
oh
that's a
boy.
catch from CFAT BB. Punishing Jing on the push-up. And now the plant
No
gets
plant.
hindered. Problems down
No
mountain.
plant.
Spring at the door, and now it's just on Defy. Position noted earlier, they should be aware. But this man's dangerous, but not
Damn,
today.
bro.
Spring's got his number. And Wolves back
They
within
wanted to
touching
pivot over
distance.
towards B.
so we needed them
Fade
to find
ult,
a
fake
response
over
here.
towards A.
They finally
This is kind of nice from
stop
Wolves
that
though,
string of
just
rounds.
sticking strong with the 2-2-1.
Getting costly here on both
That was
sides.
a great fade, He didn't actually give him an
Showstopper
extra kill, but
shut down here from Jing, desperate to try and convert.
It's broken the money from PRX.
Yeah,
damn,
yeah,
force them
it's
down to an
sounds
eco.
big.
That's a costly one. Raise ult, fade ult.
necessarily been a walk in the park for that string of rounds, but
Jing with the hero gun, trying to capitalize off the
Could put this
Uto and on
rifle to
playing
work.
close. This is interesting from Wolves. A lot further back in terms of the info stuff. Oh, that'll do it. Yeah, and Jing committed as well. A great change up from Wolves in terms of their C-hold. That is going to get really close. Really, really close.
What feels like the cursed rifle at this point. It's dropping hand to hand. Divide did well last time in a scenario not too dissimilar to this, but not be able to get it this time. Yeah.
Tried to do the falling smoke. Yeah, this is nice. Little anti-Yoru.
Was it both? Nano's actually into that corner. The alarm bot was there as well.
He died so fast. He got melted, man. Double damage from the alarm bot and the molly.
Second time.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the second is here.
No escape, really. God.
And actually, yeah, I didn't even, yeah, Jing's forced into the line of sight as well, so. Great little setup here from Wolves. Will actually get them a second round. Force a timeout as well from PRX. So
it's a good time for a timeout.
Required to stand on their own 2 feet now.
It's a big buy round. They re-cleared over towards A, which is interesting. C's kind of free at the moment. They're not fighting.
Keep thinking, oh, okay, PRX back to that 4 in the row.
They're giving him a lot of space, basically.
That divide, doing, you know, acing out. It looked good.
I do think they probably need to default, like, chill 15 seconds just in case Wolves do something aggro.
It's always possible.
Mini Shui, thanks so much for the prime, bro. I appreciate the 5 months. Thank you, thank you.
Very considered.
Find themselves in a really good position, actually, here in terms of defensive ultimates. They got 1 away from the lockdown. Springs 1 off the pit.
Oh, true, yeah.
2 more for Juicy to find the showstopper. I mean, yes, options on the side of PRX, but in terms of this defensive ult cycle, got to feel really, really good about themselves. So again, even with that string of rounds now,
so what's the plan?
For PRX.
At least the plan for Wolves is to go aggro over towards A and maybe set one up, since they saw them retake A and make it look easy. I think for Wolves, trying to show them that they can't retake A would be nice. 4-person stat up here.
This was the one from the timeout, right? This one with the
smoke
plan in
line
mind for PRX. The last check-in with the coaching staff, unless we get OT.
Wait, all the way? Damn, getting real aggro. Something's waiting for it.
Is PRX aware? Something. There's 3 players in that smoke.
Guys can get nuts.
But will he expect all 3?
He did good. Omen flash, TP. Oh, what happened to the TP though? This is a great reaction from him. Big 1v1 on site, big 1v3 at Rubble.
But look at towards the site. It's, yeah, Juicy still standing here, pops the ult, plays it well.
Oh, that's nuts from him. And over towards site, fade 1v1.
Back to like before from CUBB, and now he's standing on his own 2 feet. Divide left. All on his own.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the money. PRX have the eco.
He doesn't even know it. You thought that TP might have cut right through him. It didn't. The Wolves still standing together, fighting together. Divide does what he can. Putting up
Divide's looking kind of on.
Taking the lead.
Great round from Juicy.
Executed to perfection here. Get a crucial trade from Juicy, but then to find the second, the showstopper comes through, that splash damage. I can't believe that even catches on Jing. Outrageous scenes here.
It's Water Swordman, thanks so much for the prime as well. Thank you of that. Low buy goes in. Again, they got some good ults for this one. Wolves, 3-person A, so maybe not as aggro as last round.
So we go again. Money not looking good for PRX. It's Stingers, it's a Sheriff, it's a Bulldog.
Dude, look at this.
Brought together from the bargain bin basically here. Can they make something with it? A little bit of chip on the way. Position now noted.
Wait, what is this read from Wolves?
On the site here. Still got C's and his Prowlers, but they are faster.
Oh, that's...
sleeping. Not expecting.
Whoa, you crazy guy.
Wild play through the smoke. Gonna find 2, but Springs now here. It gets a bit messy, but it's working out at least for now in Wolves' side.
Not great here for Pac-Man though.
Oh, do you really go for that? No.
He certainly doesn't feel safe to just stick the plant out, so they're waiting for something. Does have the ultimate here, but again,
Pac-Man has to be the one to do it, and he's 21 HP.
Pac-Man too, they're starting to feel it. Something's going to have to go nuclear.
Double the stinger, ain't happening, mate.
None of these fights, these engagements are fair.
Dude, they're very confident.
does well, even Pac-Man with 21 HP, and
Damn, they're very, very confident.
Wolves again now. Round
It's an important round. This one, they got the ults. They got to use it.
PRX.
They hit 11 here.
As soon as they A defaulted, by the way, 2-person heavy rotate over towards B, so they could keep 3 on A, and they had 2, and they had no one over towards C. They pretty much had 4 with the rotate here. With Killjoy just getting from B and C. Like, they got good reads at the moment. Dude, look how many ults we're going to see in this round. It's going to be crazy.
Obviously, the round loss bonus is going to be a consideration, but could potentially face Wolves here on map point on a broken buy.
On PRX's map choice.
Yeah, but Dasp to leave C like this?
Yeah.
It all starts to compound here, but they're not there yet. 4 in a row, unanswered. Ult starting to build, money looking solid. We're gonna need a PRX round.
Alarm bot, sure, but they still got the space. Okay, it looks like a set strat. We got your ult spots too.
And the rest now filling behind that.
So whether or not they were trying to set up for potentially a paranoia.
There's 2 on site, gonna get wrecked by Omen Flash. Wait, what a return Omen Flash that was. Next duel is everything. Guy in heaven should probably get the trade.
From PRX, unwilling to relent on the site now. Spring and what? Oh my God!
Sure.
What a shot!
Better late than never, but yeah, that guy in heaven needs to duel a little bit heavier, but I think he was scared of under.
This would be something special, but a lifeline for PRX.
Yeah, a lot of ults coming up. Patman gets the kill. It's probably the best outcome here for PRX.
Time's been bought. Couldn't get the punish fast enough. Now they know the position. The cross should be the death of YU. I say should. Yeah, they're not giving him an inch here. Very well handled by PRX in the end.
Okay, and they still keep the Visal. Last time they had Visal, they went over towards B, so might see Wolves be ready for their B here.
Not allowing Wolves to really sit back on their laurels and
Dude, that Omen Flash there from Lysol is kind of sick.
So sloppy on that first kill. The paranoia almost.
Dude, what paranoia this is.
Forsaken just
so much good stuff going on.
Yeah, just absolutely bulldozing his way onto site.
Those were your last words.
Wolves at late timeout in the half in the map. Round 22. Comfortable financially.
Yeah, Device playing really good.
Those ultimates actually building back towards Juicy and Siu Fat BBs. Almost a stacked deck here in terms of this cycle.
Yeah, it starts looking a bit scary, and that Jing's 2 away from his. Forsaken 1 off and 2 away from Patman's, but as I said, this feels like we're getting really...
Well, yeah, and again, you think about it as well, if you don't invest these ultimates...
Thoughts on fixed versus rotating minimap? The only benefit of rotating minimap is if you're good from minimap shooting. But I don't know, it's like preference again. I don't mind it either way.
Set pieces around these ultimates. You're really looking towards Spring and YU to mitigate that risk and sit deep enough where you're not really going to be able to rely on it too much. But said PRX, they're a team that reads into that sort of thing so well.
Well, I'm probably going to see a paint shell. I imagine maybe a C's perhaps, who knows, but...
Yeah, this time Wolves are actually trying to take the space with that aggro A, instead of making it look like they're taking space. This could be,
God, this could be right.
Yeah, this could be it within the first 10 seconds.
Here we go. Already paint shell comes in, C's not going to find
Dude, what a fade eye that is. They know the second one's there.
Juicy going to go down, Forsaken doubling in.
It's fine, the trades are good.
See if it maybe does answer back in kind, but PRX aren't stopping. They want the site. And
what a flash that is.
Beautifully done by something. Yeah, that's
what's the money? Ooh, money's low.
Actually,
it's not that low. I take it all back. They can kind of go for this. See what they can do. They need to be careful. In an ideal world, they probably shouldn't. But I think the belief that you could win the 2v4 is probably pretty high.
This shouldn't be possible. A 1v4.
Damn, nice damage.
Shouldn't be possible.
Hey, they gave that a good try, especially as Papman there went for a reload, it looked like. That was a lot closer. It was actually very close, to be honest.
But it's getting close here. The money's still
there was a wall. There really was a wall, man. He went for a reload.
Was everything.
It's a great flash. I mean, it was nice that aggro towards A as well. So they can't really stop them from getting out A at the moment, and they give up with the idea of doing it. Look how many ults there are.
Slower approach this time around. No resistance shown early on, at least.
This is the first time where PRX have had someone over towards B ready to do some kind of split over towards B. This is the first time that Wolves, instead of rotating like this, have actually pushed and taken map control. Holy. Wasn't ready for that one. Fade ult goes in, doesn't hit anyone. So they know it's a fake over towards B. They force him to force into A. The Grey Omen flash. Wait, Forsaken TP'd over the Omen flash. That's nuts.
Ready for the swing, but not ready for the shot. Lights or handles Forsaken, waiting for the pop of the Ol, and Jing's landed it.
Jing, don't do that.
Tension rising, something holding the push through the door on the other side now. Rewarded, nice from him. Man advantage and Plant next on the cards.
See the lockdown invested here. It's a 2v3. The response comes through from Pac-Man.
Big duel Pac-Man. Holy hell, they're stuck in there a little bit. Oh my god, I mean, he just eats it.
Jing, what do you do?
And he's in the position he was last seen.
I can just stick it.
Yeah. I can't believe it. YU just has to hold guard. And for Jing, he just has to
Holy, what a rough round. Pac-Man went early. They kind of needed to double it. Oh boy. Okay, one chance for Wolves.
See here, the purchase going to be rough for Wolves, but they find that response. Finally finding the opportunity to invest the lockdown. Oh, it's another situation.
There's a great shot from him.
Again, just digging so deep. Jing hitting the drive-by as well.
So many important duels.
That killed Rob with the follow-up here onto something. This is one ultimately that can bail Jing out in that situation.
Okay, Raise all and the backup the backup judge. Omen flash was used over towards A, so first time they kind of actually managed to force one holding A at the moment. Here's the gun. Dudes.
The moment of silence will drop.
This is scary on B.
PRX poised now.
Cover going out.
Once again, it's like actually a big info there.
Kind of worked out well, to be honest. It worked out well. They get hit by the flash. They don't really know exactly where he was.
Tip of the spear on some of these set pieces, but PRX are actually going to contact up.
Dude, look at this double C hold. They're so confident that they're going to go back over towards C.
Almost scratching their heads here. They invest the pit over, expecting maybe that with that information, PRX are rotating towards C.
Damn, that's a lot of information, but the Omen's just stuck. Does the Omen get out of there?
How do you play it for Lysol?
Lysol, don't do what you're doing. That's madness. Absolute madness from him. I mean, he got one. It's all about the Raise ult, it's all about the Vice ult.
No one's given him that yet, though. And the time ticking for PRX here. This is good for them. Still ults in play though. Juicy has
Something loves this pause.
That invested. Flies on the side, but something does well. Gets one back. The showstopper does one. Wait, something got lost, and a trade for Spring. It's into a 2v2. It ain't
Jing still has nade.
You look at the post plan for Devi and Jing here.
It's still a smoke.
Can they hold on to this? Pain Shell posted by some seconds. They needed to stay alive. Devi digging deep, and they're not dead yet. They're not done yet. You should have killed them when you had a chance.
This is intense, man.
Bringing it back.
It's actually intense.
Of course we see overtime here.
Dude, Lysol's last round TP'd back into sight to play solo one-man sight. I mean, I guess he didn't have Omen flash, but still, man, the smokes are so important.
A brazen approach.
No fear.
Almost their trademark game plan here.
He sprang so fast around the corner that he didn't even see him. That's so funny.
Everything gets reset now for round 25. Those ultimates will be reset as well. I mean, Wolves.
Okay, Wolves now back on attack.
To close out now, but back onto the attacking
Oh
side.
Jesus, bro! We got a 3. Wait. What are we?
Timing's
My God.
critical on this.
this is 9-person duel from B.
Well here.
Same piece we've seen previously.
And it worked out well
Uh-oh.
for 2 trade in the end, but this time, Jing, something in unison. They're not going to let him even have a chance into this. Denied from the very word go.
They still duel though.
Back in, they're taking the fight, and you can't do that. PRX locked in on this. A 4v2. They should find stability, Mike. The Wolves look unwilling to back away. They don't want to go elsewhere.
They're expecting PRX to rotate away from this and give up the space, but PRX reading this perfectly.
Wait, it goes behind
Still
them?
got both extremities controlled as well, so
It's so difficult. They
It's a great flash.
They need something, and
They didn't get full info on this guy though. They're using the E-Tail well. Using the E-Tail well on this. It's a nuts game, man. It's a nuts game. What was it? It was a 7-5 first half to Wolves, and it was 1-1 on the pistol.
Once more, on the back of the C's nade. This time around, no casualties, no trade found. Able to stick the landing.
Oh, that wasn't my PC. That was one of their PCs.
To call a timeout here. Ahead of the second round.
Unplugged, yeah. Either that or Prius is just unplugging his phone or something.
So
Had it on charge.
PRX is mental here though, because they've been put through the
Cat Kitty, wow, thank you for the 21 months, dude. Thank you so much for that. Disala as well with the Prime, appreciate the 20 months. Bro, how is this guy with this sign everywhere? He's running around the stadium.
Yeah, again, usually with Wolves, you'd be talking about, you know, this unknown quantity and, you know, hard to read and stuff like that. The fact that we're talking about actually there is some familiarity between these two teams, it makes it a little bit more interesting because we've seen kind of counters to both approaches.
Yeah.
PRX showing they're able to dismantle those defaults, and Wolves
Can
also
we remove his VIP for that sound? The problem is we can't prove it to him.
Early round aggression, and I'm with you on that one.
In overtime, Jing has bought a judge.
You look at PRX,
so we know they're going to be.
Team here, right?
But obviously,
they have
Wolves
that
don't have that info. The
in
Relic song, thank you so much for the 2 months, dude. Appreciate the Prime usage. Thank you for that, mate.
Standing in their way of that grand final. And it's down to the wire between these two.
Teva nades.
So we go again.
No,
similar
just the
scenes,
Teva.
it looks like, right?
Fast road. There's 3
like
here.
But Jing this time is fast. Oh, and he does get it.
He's still alive. He took 1 bullet.
It looked a little laboured, but YU swings in. Oh, he gets a second.
God, what's going on here? Spike is still retrievable.
Spike just behind the wall as well. Not necessarily a comfortable push out here.
Yeah, Forsaken might actually just have to smoke this one off.
Yeah, Divine and Forsaken.
Wait, do they not even know?
Be given an opportunity to reset a little bit here.
I mean, they picked the right site.
Themselves, yeah, 2v3.
Oh, I thought they were leaving Devi there. God.
Shadows traveling.
So no paranoia. Going to be a little gap on a follow-up.
Devi's been playing great, but this really would be nuts if he won this.
Satchels. Spring still with a snake bite, so a couple of tools here at Wolves' disposal.
They go aggro, they want to try get a kill fast.
Oh, it's so tense now.
Smoke on Heaven so they can double swing. Oh, they're so proactive, it's so nice. Holy, just landed as well. That was a nice 2v3. Again, coming up with an idea. Smoke over towards Heaven, double duel. Waterfall, that was sick. Dude, what a banger map. Wolves came out prepped as well. The coaching stuff once again did work.